Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and as you guys can see, this video is a little bit different than the other ones. I mean, not really, because it's just a speed build, but as you can see, I have a face cam. I don't know how often I'm going to do this, because this setup will not work for a lot of other things. I may have to just switch into using just like my webcam, but right now I'm just like using my phone and like filming it separately. But I thought maybe it could be fun to actually like show you guys my face in a speed build video while I'm talking, because it could be fun and interesting. And I've been working on this save file for a while now. So in this video, we're working on the Clark household, which is the first gay household we've introduced in this save, which of course I'm excited about because if you didn't know, I am also gay. But like I said in the last video, this house, even though it's in like the residential rental and is like owned by someone else, it is like completely redone. It doesn't really match any of the furnishings from the other house, besides I think the bathroom is pretty similar. And also I built this pre the updates for life and death, so the build by like expanded inventory, like organized what's it called, organized build node, whatever it is, like organized catalog, like that, all of that isn't installed and doesn't work. So you'll see like when I'm looking for like decoration objects, it's like everything, it's not organized at all, which was very tough, and I'm very glad it's fixed now. I'm just gonna bounce about as much as I do when I'm like actually recording videos like without my face, but now with my face I feel like it makes everything look a lot more obvious, like how much I mess up and have to go back and have to cut. It's like more genuine, you know, but it's like more genuine for you guys. But anyway, right now we are working on the Clark household, like I already mentioned, and I use a lot of the coastal CC pack. I want to say it's from Felix Andre or Harry, it's from one of them. I'm probably pretty sure it's actually Harry, but I used a lot of that in the living room. I'm someone, when I build, I tend to like lean towards one CC pack the whole time. Not the whole time, but for like specifically for rooms, because it makes them fit. But I'm pretty happy with the layout of this house. So it is a 2-bedroom. It has the parents' bedroom and then the kid. We have Alexander, we have Bryson, and we have Davy. So Bryson and Alexander are the parents. They both met in high school and instantly fell in love. They were both lucky enough that they never had to hide their love, and most everyone in their circle welcomed this love with their open arms. I like built while building the save, I was like, do I want like, I don't know, prejudice, but like why would I want to build something that doesn't reflect the world that I want? I don't know. We'll see how much that changes later. But after they got married, shortly after they graduated university, they had a science baby, and that's Davy. Davy's a bit of a chatterbug. He constantly gets into a little bit of trouble at school for just talking too much. And then they've lived in Foundry Creek, which is the neighborhood they live in, for a hot minute now. Davy grew up with the other kids on their street and may actually have a crush on Mabel, who lives next door, which we'll meet in a separate video. So Bryson is an assistant manager in the business career, and then Alexander is a scientist. So if you didn't know what like this like series is, like basically I'm building a save file in Willow Creek. It is custom content. There's going to be a lot of custom content. I really need to get around to making that list. I've started it. I just need to finish it, because linking everything has just become really difficult. Because there is so much custom content. And a lot of it's like groups of custom content where there's like a part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, blah, 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 blah. And I think with it, just to make it a little easier on me, I'll probably end up just linking the first one and then whatever. But lots of custom content. But I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm trying to have lore. And I'm almost done with this neighborhood. There's only one more house after this, and then we're officially done with our first neighborhood, which is a lot farther than I ever thought I was going to get. And I think next after this neighborhood, I'm saying this and may change, I may try to build a community lot just to like challenge myself, because of course I've been building a lot of houses. And specifically for this lot, there are 3 shotgun homes, or technically 4, because one shotgun home is split into 2 homes. So there's the Clarks, in the middle there's the Goldmans, and then in the last part there was the Lynn. And this video, as you can see, is just the interior of the Clarks family. Like I said, last part was Lynn's, and then the very first part was all the exteriors. And I did actually go in and add a little bit more furnishing per household once I actually like knew who was living there, because when I did the exteriors, I didn't know who was going to live there yet. Moving on to the actually what's happening, I'm really happy with how I decorated this home. One, it's a lot of my taste, a little bit like darker tones, and also a lot of like green and like red and oranges. Like that's something that if I had a lot of money, if I had good money, I would make my apartment look like that. And also if I didn't share it with someone and we have to like agree on everything, which luckily me and my partner have a pretty similar taste and style. So us, like when we were decorating this apartment, was not difficult, but we do not have money, and that's the one thing that you do need to really decorate an apartment. But yeah, this build is very like elegant. There's a lot of like what looks like expensive things, and I don't know, I'm really happy with how this interior looks, and I also think it does look a little lived in. I definitely did try my best to add things that made it look like people actually lived there, but kept it very clean. So it's still very like showroomy, which is something I think I struggle with a lot in building, and I someday I will get better at it. I'm actually like considering making the Goldman's house a little bit older and less like modern furniture, like they've lived there for a while, and especially because like the parents are older and they have a little bit older kids, or yeah, the kind of older kids. They have like an older child, they have a teenager. I kind of want to see if I can pull off something that's not so showroomy. I want to say showroomy, but showroomy. I'm also kind of enjoying doing these save file builds, like these bigger builds in multiple parts. So there's maybe something I keep, like doing interior, exteriors, and like, especially if I continue doing the residential rentals. I think for me, it's a lot easier to do shorter videos every week, and especially with shorter videos, I can make more quality videos. And also maybe, because my goal is to someday switch to doing 3 videos a week, and right now it's only 2. I definitely want to switch it to 3, depending on how busy stuff gets. Like, as I've talked about before, I do work a kind of full-time job. I mean, it is full-time, it is more than 40 hours a week, but it like comes and goes depending on the time of the season, because I work in animation ads, and I'm a freelancer. So it's like whether I'm booked for that period of time. Right now I'm booked, but I'm only booked, I don't know what day this is coming out, but I'm only booked till like November 20th. I just got extended just like 3 days. I was booked to November 15th, and then that changed. And booked means like I'm working, and it got changed to the 20th because there was a job I'm on that they wanted me to stay around till delivery, which is it something. Maybe I'll talk about it once it's out. Everyone will know what it is. It's a very like thing that everyone knows about. I just don't know if I'm allowed to say I worked on it publicly. So like from what I remember, I think there is like a 3-month embargo that I'm not allowed, like no one's allowed to say they worked on it. Even though I've told like close friends, and like not even close friends, I've kind of told like everyone in person that I've worked on it whenever people ask me, because there was Halloween weekend a couple weekends ago, or a weekend or 2 ago, and like people are always like, oh, what do you do for work? And I'm like, oh, that's what I do for work. And they're like, oh, that's interesting. And then I tell them like the specific job I'm on right now, and then they're like, oh my gosh, I know what that is. I'm like, yeah, most people know what it is. My little hint to it, without saying it, has something to do with yearly music thing, and I'm working on all the like out of home assets of it. Sorry to talk about work so much on this. That is like a large portion of my life, and I do kind of end up treating these little speed builds as podcasts basically. And now that like you can see me, it's probably like I'm making weird faces. And now that I'm looking at myself, I can just like go like, oh my gosh, I really need a haircut. I've been waiting to get a haircut for a while, but my partner said for Halloween I couldn't, because I had to keep a little bit longer hair for the specific costume we were doing, which was Saltburn, which was like the angel and the stag from the Midsummer Night's Dream scenes. But by the time this comes out, it's like nowhere near Halloween. Actually, it's probably like 2 weeks away from like the second Halloween weekend, so I guess it's not that far off, but nowhere near Halloween anymore. So I'm really dating the time I'm filming this. Anyway, now we're working on the living room. Not the living room. We are working on the dining room. Pretty simple, I would say. It's just a rug, a table for 4. I'm really happy with how the kitchen turned out. I love the green cabinets. Like if I had my own home and could afford to decorate it like I was saying, I would definitely have green. Maybe not that light of green, probably more of like a sage green cabinets in my kitchen. And I think it's a pretty good size. Like this is a really good size home for this size family. It's just 2 parents and a kid. And I think it definitely lends itself like well for its size. There's definitely enough room for all the activities. As we move on to Davy's room, I'm gonna talk a little bit about Davy. So Davy is a Boy Scout, and actually that's all I got on him so far. There's not a whole lot of story behind him. He's just a Boy Scout. He's a science baby, so he was, I don't know how the Sims science babies come about, but he is a mix of both of his parents' DNA, which is lovely for him. But yeah, he's a Boy Scout, so I try to make his room a little Boy Scouty, a lot of reds, a lot of greens. Very happy with how his room looks. I think it looks lived in. I added like the activities, like the school activities. I added the castle in that you can make in it, just to like it's something he kept from already doing a school activity because it was cool. So I'm very happy with how his bedroom turned out. I'm curious how you guys are. How was your weekend? I'm assuming this is coming out on a Monday. I really date my videos when I talk about it. Like my videos are definitely not, I mean, it is something you can like watch later on. Like you don't have to watch it the day it comes out, but I definitely think how I talk about the week and everything and like what's happening in life, I definitely date my videos a whole lot. I'm really excited that after I finish this neighborhood, I'm gonna go through and like update all the relationships of everyone in the neighborhood. So I'm excited for like Davy to have like be buddies with the other kids in the neighborhood. I think there's only 2 other like children and then like a teenager. There actually may be more than that. I could be completely wrong. But I think I figured out who I want to own this lot of land. And it's going to have something to do with the people next door. The people who are going to own the lot of land is going to be the mayor, which I actually already have the mayor. I just don't have the mayor home because I'm just having them already own the other residential rental. Like, I think it's the Quartets. It's the people across the street from here that those 2 households there, they don't own like the land, so the mayor does. And I think I'm gonna have the mayor own this land too, and we can get into the drama behind that in the next part of the Goldman household. There's not a whole lot of drama, but there's a little bit of drama over the mayor owning this plot of land and just this neighborhood in general. Also, you guys can't notice this, I'm like filming at night. I tried filming this during the day, but this window, and this is where my desk is like stationed and it's going to stay, but this window, so much light comes through during the day, which is amazing, but it means that like I'm like silhouetted even with like a light in front of me and everything, which I used to not have a light in front of me. I used to only like use the light in the room, and I had like a little lamp right here, and I used to not have like this little light, and all my calls I'd be silhouetted the entire time, which was embarrassing. So that's why I bought this little tiny like clip-on selfie light that I could put on my screen, so then it doesn't look like I'm silhouetted and people can actually see my face during work calls. Moving on to the parents' bedroom. This room is, I don't know, parents' bedrooms are parents' bedrooms. Like they're always like, it's a nice bedroom. It's a lot of, I tried to do something a little different, had like lighter tone wood because the other parts of the house have like a darker tone. So I used this lighter tone, lighter beachy color wood. And then I kind of stuck with like the whole red thing that I'm doing throughout the home. I tried not to have like all the walls be red throughout the home because I thought that'd be too much. So then like the living space, like the main living room is red walls, and then the middle is like the like tanner walls, and then it moves on to this bedroom, which has again red walls. I just love the wallpaper in here. I love the like leafy wallpaper. I think it looks really, really nice, and I think the parents' bedroom is nice. It's a good size, like I said. I did have to end up, I think I actually did play test walking around this room, and I ended up having to remove some stuff because they couldn't walk around the bed to the other side, which is a problem. But yeah, put a lot of plants. I don't know what's with me in putting plants. I just think plants are a great way to fill the space in The Sims. I'm not great at cluttering yet, and especially when I do build these like nicer homes, it's hard for me to like fill it with clutter. So I end up filling it with plants, which is funny because like I have plants. You can see one plant there. Those are fake, but I have some, but I struggle with keeping them alive. So I definitely applaud anyone who is able to fill their entire space with plants. I think I know why my plants die. It's not that I don't actually take care of them. I think it has something to do with the humidity constantly changing in my apartment because we open and close this window all the time, like no matter the season. But anyway, that's a whole other conversation. But anyway, now we're getting to the end of this video. So I think now we could jump into first person mode and I can show you guys what it looks like in first person mode. Here is the Clark household. Seems like Davy is running somewhere. It looks like to a neighbor's house with food. Not sure what he's doing, but seems like he's having a good time. So heading up here, we have flamingos. Added these. I think these are so fun. And then a little sitting up area up here. I love the shutters on this home. Entering inside, we have the living area. That's Bryson, I believe. And I love this. I love the colors in this living room. I really like that there's a fireplace. They have a wood burning fireplace in the corner. Of course, it's right next to books. Don't know how safe that is, but I love this. Like, look, they all have their shoes right there. I think that's really fun. And look, even a basket for when they leave and like do activities. Now entering into the living area, we have a small dining space, and I love this kitchen. I just like the color green, and I think it's a nice looking kitchen. We'll fill this with family photos at some point. Entering into here, we have Davy's bedroom. I think it looks childish. He has a Club Scout as well. He has a little dinosaur, your toy, his dresser, mirror, everything he would need as a little kid. It's a pretty small room, but he really fits a lot in here. And then entering in here, we have the parents' bedroom. It has a little bit of lighter wood compared to the darker wood in the house. We do have the business accolade. I think it's flipped around. I think it's supposed to be facing the other way, but we do have that. And then we also, for the scientist career, we have the UFO. And then moving outside, We have a telescope to look at the stars, and then heading down here, there's just like a pretty simple outside, oh, sticky food, but we have just like, I don't know, table, chairs, and a grill. Anyway, that's the end of this video. In the next save file video, we'll be working on the final house of the neighborhood, which will be the Goldmans, which I'm super excited to finish this neighborhood. But I will see you guys in the next one. Very happy with, no, we're gonna go back. Cut that part out.